Good day, dear students. How are you? Okay, welcome to our lesson 6 entitled Physical Self. At the end of our recorded learning session, I'd like you to discuss self as impacted by the body, determine the impact of culture on body image and self-esteem, describe your physical self, and of course, relate a song to your physical self as well. So let's start. Your first task for our lesson 6 is to download and watch a video entitled Super Venus and relate its relevance or significance to our lesson 6. Okay? So kindly watch that. After which, let us proceed to our lesson, the self as impacted by the body. What is physical self, by the way? It refers to the body, this marvelous container and complex, finely tuned machine with which we interface with our environment and fellow beings. Okay. I am called as Marilyn Buyukan because I am seen as an entity with a body. Okay. So I am not just a soul, I am not a spirit, I have my physical self, I have a body. And of course, the body according to psychologists, let's review first. According to Sir William James, the father of American psychology, he states that the body is the initial source of sensation and necessary for the origin and maintenance of personality. Our sensation comes from, of course, our sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of touch, okay, and the like. So from those senses, we have sensation, and therefore it causes us to perceive something. So our body is really very important towards our perception. Next is Erik Erikson in his psychosocial stages also claims that experience is anchored in the ground plan of the body. Okay. We have the so-called experience when we create something that is experiential, okay, that is being experienced. According to Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, he states that the physical body is the core of human experience. Okay, so this is relevant to the premises of other psychologists that we discussed a while ago. Next is Carl Gustav Jung, who proposes the theory of collective unconscious. Okay, and he argued that the physical body and the external world can be known only as psychological experiences. Okay? So, iba naman sa kanya, if, of course, something that we can sense is felt by the body, he argued that the physical body and the external world can be known only as psychological experiences. Okay? So, it's already a combination of what we think and, of course, what we do with our body. Next, B.F. Skinner, an advocate of behaviorism, says that the self is mere explanatory fiction and all there is the body. Okay. What you see is what you get according to B.F. Skinner, and what we see right now is our body. Okay? Our body as, of course, an identification for ourselves. Next, the body according to Buddhists. The concept of middle path is the central importance in one's attitude towards the body. It involves neither full indulgence of one's old desires nor extreme asceticism or self-mortification. Okay, when we say self-mortification, this is the modification that we do to our body through piercing, through tattooing, and the like. Okay, the body according to Eastern tradition. The Indian believed that the outright rejection of the body, because it is seen as the source of desires and attachments, to an appreciation of the body as the main vehicles for spiritual growth and self-realization. Kung yung body noon, ang pag-iisip ng mga Indian ay ito ay gamit para sa worldly and fleshly desires for us to gratify ourselves. Through that, nagbago sila ng paradigm, nagkaroon ng shifting, okay, that the body should be used for spiritual growth and self-realization. That's why we could notice through the movies that the dances, the dance steps of the Indian have implication on their spirituality and, of course, self-development. So what is body, by the way? The body is not merely an object in the world. The way in which we make sense of the world and our environment is through this beautiful body. This is the vehicle for our expression in the world. Kumbaga, this is the means for us to express what we think, what we feel. It is through our body. The site for the articulation of all our identifications of gender, class, sexuality, race, ethnicity, and religion could be manifested through our body. Okay, this is not only biological but also cultural. Okay, in some countries it is of course a normal pattern for them to have stouter body or bigger physique, but then in some countries it is a taboo for them to have bigger physique like that because their culture dictates it that way. So enthralled to cultural regimen telling us how we should look, especially how we should dress and what our body's weight should be. Okay, there are norms, there are mores in our culture, in our community, according to what physique there must be. But then we have this health standard, okay? Kung okay naman ang ating BMI at okay ang ating weight according to our height, then we're living healthy. Okay, so let's proceed to the concept of body modification. This is an act of modifying one's physical appearance, such as tattooing, scarification, and transdermal implants. Okay, I've heard among my pol sci instructors way back in St. Louis University that tattooing is considered as an indelible mistake. Okay, we could remove the tattoo but then scars are left. So ina-advise kami noon na if ever meron na kayong pera para sa tattoo, syempre do not of course entertain that idea or that thinking na magpa-tattoo kayo kasi considered yan as considered ito as indelible mistake. Okay, it could affect you in your job hunting or other opportunities abroad, sabi nila. Okay, but it boils down to the discretion of oneself kung paano niya tratratuhin at aalagaan ang kanyang sarili. Okay, so for this lesson, we have an activity entitled My Own Perception of My Physical Self. So we will dissect our physical self through describing our nose, our eyes, and the other things that we have within our body. So describe it and accomplish that activity so that you'll be able to see its relevance to our physical self. So let's proceed. After that activity, let's proceed to the impact of culture on body image and self-esteem. So these are the questions that we should ponder on. First, do you consider yourself beautiful? What is your concept of beauty? What is the society's concept of beauty? And do these perceptions really matter? Okay, so I would like to answer it myself as an example and as a guide for you. Do you consider yourself as beautiful? Okay, of course, I consider myself as beautiful. Okay, why? Because I believe in the process of metamorphosis. If then I did not yet know how to enhance my physical body or physical self, now I already know how. That's why I could say I am beautiful. Next, what is your concept of beauty? Of course, my concept of beauty is both innate and of course both observable. Beauty entails a good character and of course a good stance and physique. So what is the society's concept of beauty? Sometimes our society dictates what is beautiful and what's not through the models that we often see in the social media, in the television. Of course, sometimes the society says that this is beautiful because she has a 36, 24, 36 vital statistics. Ayan. So, ganon. It really varies. And of course, do these perceptions really matter? Yes. Because if you could recall, we learned under the philosophical perspective on understanding the self that our perceptions matter depending on how we sense something. Next, what is beauty? Beauty by numbers should be symmetrical and proportion. Yan yung sinasabi ko kanina, 36, 24, 36. Okay? Well-dressed, elegant, good-looking, and attractive. Has wavy blonde hair, light skin and eyes, and a tall and slim form, and of course, has a good physical appearance. So, yan yung beauty minsan na nagiging standard ng society natin. Pero this is relative based on culture, based on our region in the globe. Okay, depende po kung saan tayo, nagba-vary din ang ating skin color, depende din sa weather na meron sa ating lugar. And of course, most especially depende din sa ating genes. Siya na makikita yung power of heredity. So there are two types of beauty. First is the inner beauty, which refers to the inner qualities or character of a person, while the external beauty refers to the physical characteristics of the person. So it says here, beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself by Coco Chanel. Remember, in understanding yourself, you should not be having pretension that you are someone like this or someone like that without reflecting on who you really are and on what clothes to wear, and of course what things that of course give you the extension of your true self. So let's proceed to the body image. What is it all about? This refers to the person's perception of the level of attractiveness of his or her body, or it can be somebody's own impression of how his or her body looks. Okay, so if you would rate your body image from 1 to 10, 1 as the lowest and 10 as the highest, what could be your score? Whether you're thin or stout, what is your score for your body image? That's a point for you to ponder on. If it's below 5, okay, you're leaning towards negative body image. If it's above 5, then that's good. You have a positive body image. But what's important is you love your true self, and if you think that you have weaknesses when it comes to your body, then you all have the time to improve on it. And of course, body image may also be our sense of how other people view our bodies. It can be seen as both internal, means personal, and of course, external means social. Okay, so let us believe in the 70-30 principle, that the 70% should be coming in our contemplation of our personal beauty, and of course, the 30% should be coming from the social world. Okay, do not be, of course, so much affected on what the social world dictates to you, on what the social world tells you that this is your body image and the like, and you yourself should know what you want and what you really are. There are several issues on self-image and self-esteem. First is pop culture has some impact on teenagers' self-definition. When we say kasi pop culture, talagang modern na siya. Naapektuhan na siya kung paano na-represent ang body image, ang physical self, ang beauty based sa social media. Next, we are constantly assailed with media images. This is supported by my explanation a while ago. Third, it seems contemporary culture is obsessed with the body. When we say contemporary, this is the modern one. Okay? And of course, fourth, the exposure to the thin ideal media image on women posed a great impact on their self-esteem. A great example of this is a not so beautiful foreign woman, okay, who really had that negative self-concept na hindi talaga siya ganun kagandahan. So, when she had the opportunity to have lots of money, ininvest niya yung kanyang kita sa papa-surgery, okay? Talagang totally binago ang kanyang itsura. From head to toe, kumbaga, ay ginagaya niya na ang Barbie image. Kasi doon siya nakakontento. Kumbaga, there's no real contentment on what is the real body image or real self of that person. So, it has been her decision to modify her body so that her body image will also be more positive. Here are the tips for us to counter those issues and of course for us to build positive self-image and self-esteem. First, we should accept our body by telling ourselves that nobody is perfect. I am unique from the other. He is different to me, okay? And of course, don't body shame yourself. Build a better habit. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, if we think that we are not leaning towards healthy lifestyle na naka-apekto sa body image natin, we have the time to build a better habit for us to be fitter, more healthy, ganun po. And second is like your body by finding things to like about your looks. Focus on what your body can do. Be aware of your body. Third, take care of your body. Eat healthy foods, get good sleep, be active every day, keep to a healthy weight. Okay, this may sound very idealistic, but then if you try to do it, you'll find the result. I'd like to share my personal experience in taking care of my body. Of course, when I had my first job, I was so engrossed in, of course, enjoying my salary, eating fast foods, of course, having that instant food for me. Okay, so nagkaroon po iyon ng epekto sa aking body. Ayan, so I underwent surgeries. But then, as time passes by, I realized the importance or the essence of health. Sabi nga natin, health is wealth. Yan yung laging narinig na adage. Pero pag marami ng experience kasi is talagang yun yung marirealize natin. So now, I've learned my lesson and I am trying to eat healthy food. Okay, hindi na ako nag-uuwi sana ng mga trabaho sa bahay dahil 8 to 5 nga ang trabaho. Okay, so do not sacrifice your good sleep for work kasi ang work andyan lang. Okay, yung health talagang valuable dapat yan. And be active every day. So kung wala po tayong chance for exercise, walking from the main gate of IFSU to our building in College of Arts and Sciences is already a good way to be active. And of course, keep to a healthy weight. Ayan. It's still a struggle for me, especially that I already underwent health issues and concerns. But then, after 3 months of recovery, syempre, kailangan pa rin na i-maintain ang healthy weight. Okay, so that's a personal example for you to learn from. So I believe that you all have your personal experiences that you could share. So you may comment on the comment section once I post this in our FB group. So don't forget, this is the nugget of wisdom for our lesson. Make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those that don't value you. Know your worth even if they don't. Okay. Sometimes when you want to listen to the good or positive feedback of those who value your worth is tanungin mo yung nanay mo, okay? Mama, mang napintasak ba? Mama, gwapo ak ba? Talagang sasabihin ng nanay mo, oo, gwapo ka anak dahil kamukha kita. Maganda ka anak dahil kamukha ka ni daddy mo or kamukha kita, ganun. Okay, so that may sound silly but then it sounds true as well, okay? So, you also have an activity for this lesson. It's entitled Song Interpretation. You try to listen and, of course, read through the lyrics of True Colors and try to answer your activity in your workbook. So, good luck. You can do it.